National Federation of Republican Women, 80 years strong. Thank you for your incredible, lifetime of commitment to the Republican cause, to the conservative movement. You are the pride of Plano, Texas. And I want to congratulate you on a great season of service as President of the National Federation of Republican Women. And I am just delighted. I got off the plane today, and they told me I had some other rounds. We were in town pushing the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement. Tremendous win the President negotiated, and tomorrow we'll be out speaking to young people and meeting with troops. But my staff said, oh, and by the way, Jody called, and the 40th Biennial of the National Federation of Republican Women is in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I had to come by. And really just come by, first and foremost, just to say thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for what you've meant to the Republican cause. Thanks to all of you, we have a president, and we have Republican leaders in the Congress and all across this nation who have made America great again. It really is incredible. When you think about the progress we've made in the last 2.5 years alone, against a gale force wind of opposition. Am I right? And yet we have a president who's turned his face like flint against the wind and delivered for the American people every day. And I can't wait. I'm going to catch up with him a little bit later tonight by phone, but when I tell him that I was with prominent Republican women from all 50 states, I think he's going to be a little bit jealous. Because we are grateful to each and every one of you. We truly are. Grateful for the leadership that you represent, past and present, and you are setting the stage for victory in 2020. You really are. And I really think there's two reasons why, and you all are some of our very best messengers across the country, Jody. I know that some of you are national committee women, some of you are leaders in your parties at home. I know there'll be about 1,000 Republican women that'll be coming through the Hoosier State. Hey, by the way, how much do you like this museum? Is this great? I'm really proud of this place, and I'll end up telling you a little bit of a story. I don't know where they hid it, but I know it's in the museum here somewhere that you can find it. The 16th President of the United States, the first Republican President of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln, grew up in Indiana. He was known as the rail splitter candidate when he was elected in 1860. And believe it or not, when I was governor, we found on a farm in southern Indiana the actual rail splitter mallet with the initials AL on the side of them, and it's here. So Zach, that's your job right now, is to find out. Go check with the museum people, because these Republicans deserve to see the first Republican mallet, because you are today's mallet. It's going to deliver a great victory. How's that? I like that. You're the hammer. You're the hammer out there. And here's two things we got to hammer home. We got to hammer home what we've done. We got to hammer home what they're all about. Right? Because I think we got three things going for us that are going to deliver victory in 2020. Is what we've done, what they want to do, and one more thing. First and foremost, what we've done. Think about it. When President Trump and I were elected in 2016, we'd gone through years of budget cutbacks in our military. And I got to tell you, as the proud father of a United States Marine captain, and as the future father-in-law of an F-18 Navy pilot, my daughter just got engaged, I couldn't be more proud to serve as vice president to a president who has rebuilt our military and has finally given our soldiers, the resources and support that they deserve. We've done it. We've rebuilt our military. And we've got a record to stand on and to be proud of. we've also revived the American economy. I mean, for the last 8 years under the last administration, the American economy grew by an average of less than 2%. And today, more than a 40% increase in growth, 2.5%, 6.3 million new jobs, unemployment at a 50-year low, and the unemployment level for women is at a 65-year low. The American economy is working. It's working for everybody once again. And it's all a result of this president cutting taxes, rolling back regulation, unleashing energy, and negotiating the kind of trade deals that really put American jobs and American workers first. But it isn't just about a strong military. It isn't just about job creation, tax cuts, and regulation, and how we've delivered. How about 153 women and men confirmed to the federal courts of this country, including Justice Neil Gorsuch and Justice Brett Kavanaugh. I mean, really, it's an incredible record of success, and everywhere I go, I was out at a big Republican gathering. They had me out in South Carolina, the northern part of the state. We had about 3,000 people out. I said, you know, what we all need to do is go tell that story, okay? I mean, every day between now and November of 2020. I mean, tell the story of what we've done. Tell our neighbors and our friends. I mean, all of you are leaders in the communities that you come from, not just in the Republican Party, but you're leaders in business, you're leaders in your places of worship, you're leaders in every respect in your communities. And so just go out there. See, you know, I was in Indiana, happened to run into Mike Pence. And he was totally psyched about what we've been able to do in the last 2.5 years. Tell them what they're not hearing on most of their cable television stations, all right? I mean, tell them we've made America prosperous again. We've made America safe again. Tell them we've made America great again. And when we give President Donald Trump 4 more years, we're going to keep America great. So that's the number one thing we have. We got the record. We got who we are. Secondly, we have the great advantage of all of their candidates. Anybody else feel that way? I mean, honestly, it's an embarrassment of riches for me. These people ask me, they say, you know, who do you think did? I said, it really doesn't matter. I'm open to all of them. I mean, those people on the last debate, they were standing so far on the left side of that stage, I thought I was going to tip over. I mean, really and truly, I mean, to see, it almost doesn't matter who their candidate is, because who he or she is, they are going to be leading a party that has been overtaken by radical left-wing ideology. I mean, and it's a party that under the guise of Medicare for All and the Green New Deal is actually openly advocating an economic system that has impoverished millions of people around the world and has to this day, even in our own hemisphere, is depriving the liberties of generations. And that system is socialism. And so, whoever their candidate is, as they bring forward that banner of those liberal policies on every domestic issue imaginable, they bring forward openly socialist ideas for America, we need to go out and tell the story of what they're all about and say with one voice, as the president said, America will never be a socialist country. So if you're taking notes, number one, we got our record. Number two, we've got that. Right. Really. And number three, we've got President Donald Trump, the hardest working champion for the American people of my lifetime. I mean, I got to tell you, we've got a president who never quits. He never backs down. And never stops fighting every single day, no matter the opposition, I can tell you. It's just amazing. Sometimes people say to me, Mike, I want to thank you for what you do. I tell them, hey, I just ski behind that speedboat. Isn't he something? I mean, he's just the real thing. And I promise you, every single day, your president, this vice president, our team are going to be out there continuing to fight to deliver for the American people on the promises that we made in 2016. And the promises and the opportunities we have to continue to deliver for the American people. Even a more prosperous economy, a more secure and strong American military, an end to the crisis on our southern border, secure borders, and an end to the crisis of illegal immigration. To end the crisis of opiate abuse and addiction, to have an infrastructure bill that really rebuilds America, and to do all of it standing on the timeless values that have always made this country great. Our commitment to our most cherished ideals and liberties, like the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion, the right to keep and bear arms, and the unalienable right to life. We're going to keep standing strong on all of these issues, I promise you. So we got all that going for us. And lastly, we got all of you. I mean, this is an incredible team, Jody. I know. This is a phenomenal group of leaders. And I just really wanted to come by and thank you. Just thank you for that. I mean, I have to tell you, it's I just said this to a group of Hoosiers at a rally for the USMCA trade deal. You know, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done this year, I promise you. Yeah, we're pushing it. You all can push on it too. Okay? Yeah. But you know, honestly, I'm a small town guy from about 40 miles south of here. My dad ran a gas station business. My grandfather immigrated from Ireland when he was about my son's age. And you know, I told these fellow Hoosiers as I stand in this Indiana History Museum, the dream of my lifetime was to someday represent my hometown in Congress. I got to do that for 12 years. I never imagined that this kid from a couple kids who grew up on the south side of Chicago would ever have a chance to be governor of this great state. And I can't even describe to you what it means for me to stand before you as the Vice President of the United States. But I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you for the privilege you've given my family to serve. The greatest privilege of my life. And I promise you, we're gonna answer that opportunity you've given us by just working our hearts out. Working our hearts out, standing with integrity, fighting with tenacity for everything that all of us are in this together, those timeless Republican ideals and values. And I'm absolutely convinced that of all of you great Republican women, 80 years strong, the National Federation of Republican Women, that is incredible. In the centennial year of women's right to vote. What an incredible legacy this is. But if all of you will step forward, redouble your energies, get motivated this week. I know you're going to hear from Rana, you're going to hear from Kaylee, you're going to have some fantastic speakers this week. But I hope you burst out of Indiana like this is a starting gate. And just go home. And if all of you do all that you can in the days that lie ahead, I believe we're going to re-elect a Republican majority in the United States Senate. We're going to elect a Republican majority in the House of Representatives. And we're going to get 4 more years for President Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. How much do you love my wife, too? She is so bitter because we landed together today, and she's actually at a fundraiser in Fort Wayne, about 2 hours to the north tonight. She wanted me to say hello, but I know she gets together with you all the time. Yeah, she loves it. She's actually my favorite Republican woman. I mean, really, she's great. But I'm really convinced if all of us do all we can, we're going to have renewed Republican leadership on Capitol Hill. We're going to re-elect this great president with your continued support.
And Vice President.
We'll be right there. But with your continued support and prayers. You know, and I really want to challenge, if you're of a mind like the Pences are, to bow the head and bend the knee from time to time, I encourage you to do it. But on this one, I'm not so much suggesting that you pray for an outcome in an election or a party, although you're certainly free to do that. But I just think, Abraham Lincoln, who I started off mentioning, said it pretty well. He was asked often during the Civil War if he thought that God was on his side. And he said, I concern myself more with rather we're on God's side than that God is on our side. So why don't we pray for America? Pray for all the people of America in these divided times. And if you'll do that, and if you'll work like it all depended on you and pray because it all depends on Him, I just know the best days for America are yet to come. We're going to make this country more prosperous than you could possibly imagine. By putting Republican principles into practice, we're going to make America safer than she's ever been before. And to borrow a phrase, we're going to keep America great. Thanks, everybody. God bless the National Federation of Republican Women. It's really great to be with you all. Thanks, Lord.